Just quickly, I would probably hope that you guys can do a bit of audience participation for me tonight. There's a URL up there. If you've got an iPhone, possibly an Android at work, can you try and hit that up for us? I tweeted it as well if you just missed it. It's the same as the top URL, but just minus the /URL part. So why real-time? Well, basically, for a long time, people have sat there and asked themselves, is there anything new on this website since I refreshed just a couple of seconds ago? And I know you all do it. You sit there on 9gag, Hacker News, etc. Well, it's not good enough. And modern websites, like Twitter, with their 10 new tweets refreshing in the middle there, or Google Analytics, with their 32 people viewing your website right now, are doing it right. And all of the websites that you guys should also follow that. But implementing real-time is pretty hard. Cross-browser compatibility is hard, and real-time cross-browser support is even harder. But Socket.io takes care of everything you need to simulate real-time with one simple and easy-to-use API. As if that wasn't good enough, Socket.io also pimps out the native WebSocket, adding support for heartbeats, timeouts, and also disconnection support. So speaking of exhibit, let's pop the hood and see how Socket.io achieves that. Basically, the browser will elect the best transport it can based on what's supported. So often that's WebSockets, falling back to Flash Socket, Ajax polling, or in the worst case, the forever iframe, which yields support for browsers older than 10 years, Safari, Google Chrome, or using the WebSocket implementation, but the old IE does what it can. Let's take a quick squiz at some of the code. This is the client side in which we import the library, connect up a socket, listen to server events, and run a function in response to those. And this is a function that you see running up the top right, updating our online people count. Similarly, the server is written in Node using JavaScript, requiring the Socket.io module, set up the server to listen on port 80, and then as the user connects, we handle sending out an event that the client receives upon socket connection and upon socket disconnection. In both cases, just incrementing and decrementing that count variable. Not everyone is able to use hip languages like Node. Some of you guys get to use Ruby. Unfortunately, some of you guys use Java. I won't judge. So what I've come to realize is that the bar was raised pretty high early on with some pretty bold demos. This one up the top here, maybe not so impressive now. So if you all look at your iPhones, I've got a gift for you. A tennis racket and a boatload of balls that you can swing your tennis racket around and fly them across the screen. If everyone stops, maybe my green ball can do a bit of a backhand. It's actually funny seeing it with this many people. They all kind of get stuck at the bottom. Try and get out of there. So, as you can see, a demonstration that I could knock up in the weekend before I give my talk is not too unrealistic. So I put it to you guys that when you have a website that has something that the user should know about in real time, like a notification of a new post or a new comment, or even other people visiting the site at the same time, that as web developers, you should give that to the user and save them from refreshing their page every 3 seconds. So yeah, basically, go forth and use Socket.io like a boss.
How good was that? Well done.